Mike Chitty Check. Oh no, YouTube, no YouTube, no! So, we're doing solo Flaw run attempts today. Couple things first. There's a damage test I want to do for Strandlock just because. There is a thing I want to show off and talk about a little bit because it's super cool. And it is related to how I made my latest thumbnail. I'm gonna bring up and show just to plug real quick. Where the fuck did I save it? Dog barking. Here it is. So I, made my Guardian in Blender holding ever-present okay screenshot of Explicator in the background. It's not high-res overall. It's meant to be a thumbnail. You know, it's meant to be 720p on YouTube. Not looked at all that closely, right? But if we look at it that closely, you can see really high-res Guardian. Okay screenshot of Explicator that I took. But we'll do our damage test next, and then I'll mess around in Blender just for a moment. OBS, what you saying? Looking good. I just want to bind a thing. Subtract. Okay. Make sure that hotkey works. Sick. Awesome. It's gonna be an interesting day today. It's gonna be an interesting stream today, I should say. Yesterday, I got up super early after going to bed pretty early on Tuesday night. And then last night I stayed up until 4 in the morning learning how to use Blender to like make a custom Guardian for thumbnails and like make Destiny scenes in Blender. And I'm going to showcase that a little bit here. I'm going to stall just a little bit. We're going to tower. I'm going to do a little damage test. Before I change anything, I should get my baseline. Need an Attrition Orbs SMG. Oh, my HUD is still disabled. Oops. Alright, so we'll get our baseline here. 3K DPS, 72,000 total. Let's make just a quick note. So what is this? 200 weapons, 172 super. Uh, 30. Actually, you know what? I want to do it one more time. One more. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll place a second empowering rift both times. $81,943. Before I do that, change up the loadout. So we need that. I don't think I have the Grenadier pieces I would really want for this. And we didn't get close enough with the Dunner pieces that I have. Like, I've not had much reason to keep, like, certain Gunner armor. I mean, Grenadier armor, right? At least not yet. That's not right. How do I filter... We'll just do that. Good enough. That ain't it. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Definitely not. Definitely not. That's fine. It is all good. We will go with good enough. Yep. We had so much armor charge that didn't really matter, but I'll do it anyway. Alright. Oh well. That might be it. Hmm. I thought I did so much more of that. Okay. It might just be subjective. It might not fucking matter. But like the stats that I have aren't enough to really tell. Like it's just basically the same because I don't have the armor rolls that I really need to properly test this. That's a possibility. I will try it again being a little bit farther away, so I'm just throwing my nade at the ground. Okay. So there might be some validity to this bullshit. I think I want to do my OG test again. I'm pretty happy with that for the, for this. So this test... So the goal, the D2 Armor Genius that I did was 170 grenade, 163 super, 200 weapon. This is basically the same super. We're missing a little bit of grenade without another piece of grenadier armor to use. So this 200 wep. What's the number? Okay, the number's still there. Good, good, good. 200 wep. We're not missing much grenade, right? We're missing 6 grenade. 160. Actually, let's do the super first. 162 super. $164 grenade. It was 3403. And we're gonna go back and do our first test. 95,549. Because that is significant. So like if we quickly 81943 95549. It's like 14% more. If we 95549 by 1 3. Yeah, it's like 16%. It's like 16%. So what I want to do is, so the other thing with this is like, this is a swap thing, right? Like this is for an environment where there's no not swap, where you can swap everything freely. So like in DPS, you're going for maximized DPS stats, right? Because otherwise, in your not swap environment, this is just better. This is just flat out better in every way. And like I even could hypothetically ditch the loaders and get a little bit of grenade damage. Because what, it's 0.65. So it would be 121 or 119. So it would be 0.65. Like 12. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. Um, yeah. So with this, I want to do this again, properly throwing the grenade at the ground like I did. Because I think throwing the grenade at the ground might be the tech. Oh, that was not at the ground, that was right at him. Alright, we'll do it one more time for absolute consistency's sake. But I think these stats that Llama was using in the speedrun comp over the weekend may just by default be it. That one time. I don't remember how to change the font size here. Oh well. Oh fucking 7, bruh. Oh fucking 7. Fonts. It's literally right there, bro. Just want to make the font bigger. All right, that's our test. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. All right. So the next thing on the agenda is going to be showcasing a little bit of what I've learned so far with Blender. This is a way to stall a little more here. You know, for a DPS loadout, like for specifically during DPS, the smoke jumper would be nice, but it's not necessary. And I'm pretty sure I could get it somewhere else. It'd be nice because like there's a lot of orbs when you're in a full team um cranking DPS, right? So to have like absolutely optimal stats. Can't be the helmet. Quite literally has to be the gauntlets. I'm doing my part. Did my dim update? Can I pull these dauntless now? Good shit. Alright. Ah, damn. Let me double check this just for the sake of it. We'll get this crap equipped. Right. So I have to close Destiny for this. So the first thing I will show is simply the file that I made last night. We go to shading here. Um, so this is Blender. Blender is something I was completely brand new to last night, but I managed to make using some assets from the community. Pretty much my guardian with getaway artist and everything, holding ever present. I could not for the life of me remember how exactly I got the gauntlets, the full model that is just the Ron armor came with this. Like I'm pretty sure it was this something like this. I straight up don't remember how we did it. It was such a long night last night doing this. Um, but we managed to make it happen. Right, we managed. And I'll have this to look back at for when I'm doing it again in the future, or I could just work from this, right? And again, when I press 0 on the numpad, this is essentially the render preview. This is where you place a camera in the scene. I don't know where in the collections here the camera actually is. Oh, here it is. For whatever reason, it's here under Mint Retrograde, which we aren't even using, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, that's like, you know, me standing at Explicator, right? And it's really cool because like when you first put the model in, obviously it is like the default colors of the armor, right? But I spent a lot of time researching and figuring out how to use the scripting tab here to run the like basically like the literal shader scripts, very similar to the shader scripts that you would actually have in game, right? And so we've got my lovely Crown of Vermin shader that I love, and because I couldn't figure out how to get the GL to look like a tier 5 because the ornament was weird and whatnot, we went with Silicon Trajectory to make it shiny because why not? And if we hit F12, we get our full-on render preview. And this PNG I took into Photoshop, got it in there, and we ended up with our thumbnail, right? So start in Blender, making the Guardian, get the Guardian posed, holding everything you want. You know, right now we're in object mode, where like you click on the objects, you're literally managing like all of these things. Like click on the helmet, click on the chest piece, click on the boots. But then you have pose mode. Well, you have to be in the right thing to access pose mode. Does it rotate? Or is pose mode just not available for that piece? How did I get to pose mode? My god, I don't even remember how the hell we did it. Oh yeah, the 3D viewpoint is right. Oh my god. How do I not remember how to get to post mode? What I had to select. This is kind of a problem. Okay, so I have to select the skeleton. Right, I have the skeleton selected now. Yeah, alright, so select the skeleton, and then you go to pose mode. And in pose mode, you can pose the Guardian, pose the model based off the skeleton that's already been made. And I got a number of these assets from this lovely Google Drive made by some community members that has a whole bunch of shit already. And if we go into player gear, you can see it's all sorted by season. You even got a bunch of Destiny 1 shit, which is cool as hell. You got technically some Renegade stuff, but there's not really much in here because anything actually Star Wars is not going to make it in here, which is unfortunate. But there is a way to still get that stuff if for some reason you wanted it, but I would not recommend using it. So this is where I got, if we go to Season 20, Season of Defiance, go to Armor, Warlock, the Female Destination Suit. So this is a PNG preview of it, right? And then right below the PNG preview, or right above it actually, we have the archive that I downloaded and went into Blender and used append to actually load into here, right? And obviously, originally, the armor looked how it did by default. Now I even managed to download Explicator off of there, like Explicator himself, and I thought about I spent a little bit of time messing with the idea of rather than having an in-game screenshot that I placed my Guardian in front of, um, like maybe taking the in-game screenshot but then upgrading it with like a higher quality model of Explicator and make it look better in the background, and like debated some things, but like inevitably that would have just been way too much, and the Explicator model was funky to work with, blah blah blah. Anyway, yeah, it's cool as hell. And if we go over here, see originally, ever present was not going to be what my Guardian was holding, which would be really weird because the whole point of the video is, hey, we're using ever present. Haven't really seen anybody specifically use ever present for Explicator, so we used it. There we go. So basically, there's the Guardian post. Originally, what I had the Guardian holding was Mint Retrograde. And they've got the Silicon Trajectory shader because I figured that out before I, that's the wrong thing. So if I take the Ever Present collection, okay, let me collapse these collections here for what I'm showing. So basically, Mint is what I originally had the Guardian holding because the Google Drive, which I showed a moment ago, does not have Ever Present in it. And I'm sure it will be in there at some point, maybe. But right now, it is not. So we topped out for, fuck it, I'll just hold Mint because we did use Mint as well, right? Technically, the final blow in that video is with Mint. That's besides the point. I wanted the Guardian to be holding Ever Present. So you may ask yourself, how did I manage to get my Guardian to actually be holding Ever Present if the Google Drive does not have it? And for that, we come to the reason for which I closed out of the game. There is this wonderful program called Charm. Charm is sick as hell. Charm requires Microsoft .NET 8.0 framework to work and run. But what's really cool about Charm is that it lets you browse the API for a whole bunch of shit. Now, I will give the same disclaimer that normally pops up when you set it up for the first time, which is if you're looking at the data mine, look for stuff that could be like leaks or all that type of shit. Fuck off. Um, but like you can download like literally like ornaments, right? And like if there's a particular ornament that you want your guardian to have, like if I could go back, I would have my warlock actually wearing these because that's the ornament that I actually like. But I came in here after spending many hours trying to figure out how to get the shader thing going. And I found the ever present and I exported the ever present. And when I exported the ever present into this folder, we have this, right? And so one of the things that comes with Charm is this wonderful add-on for Blender, which is the Destiny importer. And like it says, it requires a certain version of Charm. Now, that does not mean that the thing isn't going to work. It's just saying, hey, it requires a particular version of Charm. Undocumented operator. What does that mean? Did I not run this as admin? I didn't want... Wait, that doesn't matter. Why is that saying that? That wasn't an issue last night. We're gonna just reopen this real quick. This was not an issue last night. There it is. Yeah, yeah. So the Destiny importer. And then we're able to come to my downloads folder. D2 render stuff's the folder I made. And we can input the ever present, right? We have this config. And we import it. And then it doesn't really work because I already technically have it in there, right? Okay. So if we just straight up open Blender, open a blank Blender here, and so I'm just straight up stalling. It has been an hour and we've not done a single attempt, but that is besides the point, right? So in order to open the files that I got off of the drive, which are already technically ready to go in Blender, we use append. We go to downloads, we go to the female destitution suit, collection, append. And now we have here fully modeled, rigged up, bricked up destitution suit, right? And all this stuff over here is extra. I don't know what's actually for. It can be gotten rid of. And if we go to, well, our there's no camera to do our F12, but if we go to this preview, which will give you the what it will actually look like, or even this one, right? You see that's like the default coloring. So going back to the scripting thing I was talking about, we click on the helmet and we go to scripting and we change we go to open, go to downloads, we go back to D2 render stuffs. Now, the only way on the Google Drive, they had these shaders. For whatever reason, I could not get the scripts to really work. The only way I could get the scripts to actually work, even though I'm using the model that is from the drive, is to use Charm to pull it straight from the API. And so if we go now, the other thing is like this twisting strands, like the animated shaders, I couldn't really get that to work either. Like if we try it here, right? Open text, and then we're gonna run the script. The script runs. We go back to layout. Actually, that time it kind of worked. Doesn't look great, but it kind of worked. Oh yeah, it did work that time. How weird. Anyway, going back here. Close that out. Delete. We'll open. Actually, no. We'll use the for this example. We'll use the twisting strands. Because why not? All right. So we did the helmet, right? So next we got the chest piece, and we run the script. And now, so we have done 2 pieces now. Cool thing. Very cool thing. If we go over to here, and we give ourselves a bit more room on this bottom part, and it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be this bottom window. You can make, like, another window like I just did. And to make another window like I just did, you put the cursor in a specific spot and it turns into a plus, and then we have this other window. How to get rid of that window, I assume we just do so. I genuinely don't know. I don't know how to get rid of this now. Is it here? We could probably undo. Okay, yeah, I have no idea. We're just stuck with that now. So actually what we'll do for the sake of it is we'll get rid of that. We'll drag this over. We're going to change this to shader editor. So we've got for these pieces, technically, like the robes are in 2 pieces. I don't know why that is, but they are. Like if you look over at the top here, there's like multiple parts for the robes. I think that's something that is unique to this piece, I believe. But what I was trying to get at is if we come into this shader editor, since we have already ran the script in the scripting tab for the shader that we actually want to use, we can just come to here, and the wonderful people who work on the Google Drive have done all of the hard work for you to be able to come in here, click twisting strands, and that's it. So now if we go to the wraps, the gauntlets, twisting strands, and as you can see, it's not actually working right. So what we do is we come over here to the scripting and we run it. Because for some shaders it's weird. This is technically an animated shader. So sometimes this just switching the shader thing isn't going to work, even though it should. Sometimes it just doesn't work because of different shaders being so different. Because like for shaders that are just static, like it's not really gonna matter. Even if they're like shiny and whatnot, it's not gonna matter. But shaders that are technically animated in game, you're most likely gonna have to run the script every time. But now we come back here and it looks really fucking weird because there's no lighting or anything. We're in literally the dark void of nothingness looking at our guardian. But yeah, they now have twisting strands on every piece, right? Which is cool as fuck. It's cool as fuck. So, if we come into here, and part of the reason I'm going through all this right now is to remind myself how to do it all, right? So here it is, shading. Now, I downloaded this file recommended by another guy who makes Destiny thumbnails. But it is... Oh, where the hell is it? Clarence Midday. Open image. Now, if we go to this preview, it still looks like shit. We go to world. And we add... I don't remember what the hell it was. Shader? Was it shader background? No. Oh, I don't remember how the fuck he did it. I don't remember how the fuck he did it. Blender just freeze on me. Yeah, we'll switch to that view so hopefully it doesn't freeze on me again. Oh, I don't remember how he did it. Mother F. Can I open another thing? I didn't want to open that. God damn it. Okay, I can. PC's not going to be happy with this, but whatever. What is this technically here? Background. No. I fucking did it again. Environment texture. That's what it is. This we can just get rid of. We're going to open once again our Clarence Midday. We're going to pump it into there. And then when we go to this preview. Now the other thing is how to make it transparent. That way you can take advantage of the lighting, but not actually have your Guardian be in the middle of some fucking wilderness, right? So that is the thing we have to remember how to do now. I don't remember how to do this part now. I'm trying to just remember how to do it so I don't have to think about it in the future. But you can see it looks way better. And if we go again, go to this view, like there's actual lighting on everything now. Right. I don't remember where you do that. Where you do the thing. Let's add our camera first. I don't even remember how to do that. We'll just straight up do like that. Because why not? There's a way to make the background transparent. God, I don't remember how to do this. I don't remember how to freaking do it. Just pull up the YouTube video. Oh, bro. What, bro? Bro. Anyway. uh, Yeah. Lots of stalling today. I'm not actually all that excited to do these attempts, if I'm being honest. We gotta get into it. I did all my stalling, did my little bit of practice here. We don't need to save that. Blender's sick as fuck. Blender is sick as fuck, bro. Charm is closed, right? Okay. Yeah, one thing about Charm, which I showed quite a while ago now, is you don't want to leave it open when you're launching the game. It's like it's looking in all of your files when you use it, right? So you don't want to leave it open. Gucci flip flops. What? That is such a funny diff. Oh, I am not a fish. After a good hour and a half of stalling, doing damage tests, and showing off some blender stuff, I'm gonna check on the dog, probably use the bathroom, and then we'll get into an attempt. I'm feeling way more tired than I thought I would be right now, so who knows? Maybe today will be short. Maybe today will be short, or maybe today we'll transition over into something else. Who knows? Either way, we may end up just doing straight up a full run of the raid as practice rather than doing a bunch of solo Flaw attempts. We'll see what happens. Ooh wee. Okay. About time. Actually fucking did the thing, huh? I'm not counting that. That doesn't fucking count. That's me being goddamn exhausted right there. Honestly, I don't even know if today is a good day to do attempts, but we gotta. We gotta.
You've arrived. Good.
This is slightly embarrassing. I might just rip this, honestly. If we clear this entire fucking raid, this attempt, and that's the opening of the YouTube video, I'm gonna cry. Okay. some foreshadowing on what's about to happen in this next encounter. Yesterday, most of my good attempts ended to me physicsing myself and then getting deleted in this next encounter, or falling down, being physics, running out of time. Bro, what am I doing? Helion for that. This is just that's it. It's over. See if I can manage to recover this. I don't know though. Fortunate. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. What is even happening right now? Like, this is a rib. I fucked up. I somehow disrupted. I think it was Helion, but like, what is happening right now? Alright, that counts. What's up, Hale? What is up? Very nice, very nice. I feel like my day at work never stopped from yesterday. Are you playing the new Pokemon? Was it Legend ZA that everyone's been playing? I'm pretty good. I feel like my day at work yesterday never stopped. Like, even though I didn't stream, last night I taught myself how to use a little bit of Blender for better thumbnails, and I did like a lot around the house. So that, like, the rest of the week I can mostly just stream doing this.
You've arrived. Good.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think the game looks cool. Like I don't know. It'll be a very long time before I play anything Nintendo again. Just because like getting a Switch and getting games for it just like isn't something I could do right now, or even something I really want to do, honestly. Yeah, the game does look really nice. The game does look nice. I've been watching like a couple of like the people that I've followed for a long time on Twitch and whatnot. If I happen to see them watching it, I'm not doing anything. I'm just checking it out to see what the game is about a little bit. That's a light. I forgot to swap my gear to what I actually need for that encounter.
You've arrived. Good.
That is a lot of ZA, isn't it? That's cool though. tormentor spawns right here. It's yeah, this is a rib. I didn't. How did I not rally? God, man. I'm not counting that. I'm not fucking counting that. No, all right, whatever. I'll count it. I'll count it. It's on me. It's on me. Like I swear I rallied. It was like there's no excuse for having ribs right at the first section of the first encounter. Not in the big 2025.
You've arrived. Good.
How did I take so much physics damage there? God fucking damn it. This is not good. He's gonna suppress me on 2 force. I'm genuinely not allowed to make mistakes on the first encounter. It's too easy in the big 25. Did I not read? Oh, I thought so. Oh, I just... Okay.
You've arrived. Good.
classic amplified, making you glide around and everything.
Instead, I suffer from the incompetence of these new recruits.
Oh, for sure I was dead right there. I need special. I might just be dead. Oh, I'm not. Too good. Too good. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. We're having a short one today. I'm glad I got live. We did some attempts. I did a damage test, which was good, very fruitful. I did a little refresher on my Blender bullshit for making thumbnails. But I'm so fucking tired from staying up until 4 in the morning last night. I keep making the same mistake in the second encounter. Sure. We're just gonna call it super early. We had Hail pop in, which was sick. Haven't talked to them in a while. Hopefully Pyro goes live so I can give them a sub now that I figured that bullshit out. Yeah, I'm so fucking tired. I'm calling it. And the goal will be to get on early tomorrow and do a shit ton of attempts. But I want to keep going, but like I can't. I can't. I'm gonna listen to my body and fucking stop. All right. Well, GG's for today. We got 5 attempts in. We did some shit. Hey, you know what? Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. But yeah, I'm so tired. I am so fucking tired.